To all of our local, our regional and our international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program, Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Singh Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, get your pen, get your notebook, Real TV, so you could take notes and important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Nathaniel Reed. On behalf of the team, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive and great day today. Reminding you life is what you make of it. Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the work week. It's Wednesday, the 16th of December, 2025. Is it the 16th or the 17th? Today is the 17th. Nathaniel, you glad for an extra day, but it's the 17th of December 2025. Please change that. Thank you. We don't want to mislead people on the day and then they're a day short, you know. And if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special, all right? Nathaniel, can we please go to our quote for today? And our quote coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab in the Expo. And our quote says, growth doesn't come when life gets easier. It comes when you get stronger than yesterday. Every obstacle is an upgrade. Just like fire forces, steel and resistance forces results. So, you know, it's about not giving up and it's about going strong. Thank you. Let's go to their ad, please. Now, I want to tell you, they've got this wonderful flea market, Christmas flea market. Can you bring me in, please, Nathaniel? A wonderful flea market at the Mid-Center Mall. The prices are amazing. Safe and secure parking, lots of security. They've got the area where it's air conditioned, and then they've got the other area, massive snow shows and entertainment as well. So make it a family affair, and you could sit and have a meal and enjoy the entertainment, like the older ones could go, like the grandparents, and you know, those who can't walk around, they could sit and enjoy the entertainment. You could go and do your shopping and have a wonderful experience at the same time, a memorable one. Take the kids as well, all right? So check them out. Let's go to their ad, please.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
It's the Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market from December 5th to the 28th. Experience the magic of the season with over 300 local and international merchants, multiple restaurants, and daily stage performances. Fun for the entire family with a bouncy castle for the kids and the perfect place for Christmas shopping. The Mid-Center Mall Christmas Market, where the spirit of Christmas comes alive.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa. I trust all is well and you all are doing fine. The countdown is here, you know, the season, the flavor of the season is Christmas and then into the new year. But I trust all is well and you all are doing well and safe as well and in good health, all right? Let's say good morning and a very warm welcome to Mr. Chanka Ramtahal. He's no stranger. He's a strength here at Real TV. And apart from Real TV, Mr. Ramtahal has been doing programs with me for many, many years, helping people to get closer to, sometimes, you know, they need to get assistance when it comes to social welfare and grants and things like that. He knows it. He knows the know-how because of the years he's invested. He's been part of the system. He's served this land. And I always say knowledge and power gives a combination that is strong for a good guru, a good teacher. So we're very pleased to have Mr. Chanka Ramtahal. Good morning, sir, and welcome. Nice to see you again.
Thank you very much, Al, and it's my pleasure to be, as usual, to share what it is said that if you have knowledge and you do not share it, it's of benefit to no one.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you share information that would make our citizens feel more at ease in making their applications, you know, and guiding them on the right path, you know, that is a job well done.
Great.
Yes.
So today I know you're going to be talking to us about the General Assistance
Assistance
Grant.
grants, yeah.
As I indicated, today is already the 17th of December. You know, everybody, the flavor of the season, it's a festive time. If they're not socializing with family as yet, for the, you know, they wait for that Christmas Eve, Christmas, Boxing Day, we look for the holidays. But people are still socializing in offices and things like that. They're celebrating parang, all these sorts of things that are happening. A lot of people are going to visit the malls, but everybody's complaining. Businesses are saying that business is really very slow. So people are watching, and I think they're being very smart about their purchasing. Perhaps the supermarkets, they've got those deals, look around and be, you know, pay attention to that. Make your list and get what is necessary, what is important. We want you to have a nice time. It's a time of giving as well.
That's right.
And so a lot of people are also facing hardships during this time. And they are grateful and they are going to be thankful for the knowledge to know that, hey, you know, I could get a hamper or I could get an extra grant. That will help, you know?
And that's for sure. Because, I mean, it's a festive time. It's a time when, you know, you kind of spend your whatever little you have to make the family happy and comfortable.
Exactly.
You know?
Whatever little,
Yes.
you always want to put a string of lights.
That's right.
Or you want to make sure that your little grandchildren or your children get something. You wrap something and give to them. But I would just like to caution you, yes, giving is nice, but be wise. Work with a budget. You know, if you know you have $10 to spend and you have 10 people, you know, work it out. I'm just saying work out a budget, because come after Christmas, the new year is going to come, the end of the month, and you're still going to have your duty and responsibilities with your bills. So always be wise. Work with discretion and put away your money to pay your bills, so that you're not going to be in a place where we're getting the next dollar, you know?
So all I can tell you, there are lots of citizens who are facing difficult times, you know, and they would go through Christmas as best as they can. A lot of times they might be assisted by friends and relatives, because a lot of our citizens are very generous, and they would share in the neighborhood and things like that, you know, which is very noteworthy.
Oh yeah.
And they must be complimented.
Most certainly.
Right, so today we are discussing the general assistance grants that are available from the Ministry of Social Development.
Nice.
We are quite acquainted with the food support grant, the disability grant, the public assistance grant, and the senior citizens pension. But today, we are putting a little emphasis on the general assistance grant. These are grants that are also available to members of the public, but it is not very popular, you know, amongst our citizens. Okay? So, under the general assistance grant, this offers a range of grants to citizens and legal residents who are in dire need of temporary assistance. Except in circumstances of disasters, all applicants must pass a standard means test.
Right.
Of course, it is based on need.
Correct.
It is not for everyone.
Right.
Every citizen, you know, it must be ascertained that the family is facing some form of hardship.
Right.
You know, and since this is the season of giving, you know, we try to assist these families so that they can too can experience some measure of, you know, happiness and things like that. So who qualifies for these grants? All right, vulnerable persons in crisis and emergency situations, and victims of natural or man-made disasters. All right, so these are the target groups for these grants. Items funded under the general assistance grants include a clothing grant, domestic help grant, funeral grant, medical equipment grant, a grant prosthetics, school supplies grant, a dietary grant, education grant, a household items grant, a pharmaceutical grant, a rental assistance grant, and a special child grant. So in addition to the normal grants that we are acquainted with, these are other grants that are available to persons who would qualify. And to qualify, I would explain that as I go along. So, a clothing grant. This grant provides assistance to victims of disaster to purchase essential items of clothing.
Right.
Okay? The grant is limited to the number of persons limited in the home. So if you have 5 members, you try to facilitate all 5 members.
So if you have a mother, father,
and 3 children.
3 children, and what about grandparents? Because sometimes we have the extended home where you have grandparents living in the home, or they go to that home, you know.
Now this grant provides for persons who are affected by flooding and all other natural disasters.
Okay.
Okay?
So flooding, hurricane,
Yes.
earthquake, things like that, yeah.
So if the maximum of clothing grant, the maximum of $1,000 per person is allowed to a family member.
Right, so if 5 people and grandparents, mother, father, 3 children and grandparents, extended family, then you'll get like $7,000. If it's just you and your children, $1,000 per person. Right, good.
All right. So this grant is really to assist vulnerable persons in a crisis or emergency situations, or victims of natural or man-made disasters. So that is where we would come in to assist, you know, with
Very
a
nice.
family grant.
Now, Mr. Ramtahal, there are places where clothing is extremely expensive, but then you have the clientele for that. They want the higher end things and the brand names. But I want to be very honest here. There are also stores in Trinidad that are very affordable.
Yes.
I've had conversations with a lot of people, including my own family, where they say sometimes food and clothing is cheaper in Trinidad and even abroad. It's very expensive. When you go on a holiday, for food and clothing, some places are expensive. Of course, just like Trinidad, some places will be expensive and some will be reasonable. You know, so if you know you're in a situation where it's compromised, you ain't going to buy no designer jeans and designer this and designer that. You'll make do, and once your clothes is clean and in order, you good to go. It comes down to choice, you know.
Of course. I was about to say the same thing, because we must be thrifty, you know, and if you can get 3 items for $100, why go and buy 1 item for $100? You know, we have to be thrifty in our planning.
I will share personal experience I had with my daughter. This is prior to school opening. We were on vacation, and so she was looking at some high-end things.
Yes.
You know, you see in other children or whatever. And I sat her down and I explained to her, and I said, this is one bag and this is the other bag. What is the difference? Because it's holding the same amount of books. You have the same amount of stuff inside of it. What is the difference? And she said, well, the name, the brand. And I said, right, the name and the brand. But if you buy that brand name bag and you expect to get other things, it cut back.
Yes.
You could get something extra with the same money that will give you a nice water bottle or a nice something for yourself, hair clips, something extra where you save the money. Because I remember when I was young and I was going on vacation, that is something my father taught me when I was a teenager. He said, Lise, I'm giving you this money to spend. My mom was going on a vacation with us. He would stay back because he was in the business. So he many times couldn't travel with us. But I'll tell you what, he taught me at that young age how to be smart and use your money wisely. And if you ask for a discount, that discount could accumulate and buy you something else. And I grew up like that. And that's, it's not that I've been minkling, but I'm saving money and I was able to I saw the benefit in it. And so I taught my daughter the same thing.
Exactly. And that has been thrifty.
It's being smart.
That has been
exactly.
thrifty. If you can get 2 items that you can for the price of 1, you go with the 2. So you wear your 2 outfit on 2 days.
Exactly.
Rather than the 1 outfit on 2 days, so it makes sense.
You have to be wise with your money, and I think once you do that and you have a little budget and you make a list, you get things that are necessary. Because when I go to the supermarket, I make a list of the things that I need.
Of course.
That are necessary. Because sometimes looking around, you pick up things that you don't even need.
That will be on your shelf at home for weeks.
Exactly. And you're thinking, but this is a good price. I can buy it and put it down.
Yeah.
And then, you end up not even using it. So be smart and be wise and save a little dollar here and there. It will accumulate to get you something extra. With that, let's go to these important messages. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Let's go to these messages. Stay with us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on the news, discuss social issues and current affairs with a twist. Every Monday to Friday in real time, right here on Real TV.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. To all of our local, regional and international viewers, thank you so much for choosing us, allowing us to be part of your day or moments. People in a different kind of mood right now.
All right.
We painting, we putting up curtains, we changing around the house. All these different things that we're doing, because I think all that adds to the atmosphere of the season.
The glamour of the season.
Yeah, so welcome back, and today I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's talking to us about general grants. Grants that are there that sometimes we're just not aware of. Some people believe, Mr. Ramtal, that is only the old age pension
and the public assistance.
And they're not aware that there are other grants that are available as well. And of course, for every grant, you need to qualify. Yeah?
Yes.
Welcome back, sir.
Right. So the second grant that is available is the dietary grant.
Right.
That is, if you have some medical condition
Right.
that requires, a special diet, that grant is also available to you.
Great.
All right. the maximum of the dietary grant is $600 per month per person.
Okay. So you get $600 once you qualify. Let's just say you're diabetic, or you have a kidney problem, or whatever health concern you may have, high pressure, and you need, or you should be, and need to be on a special diet, you can qualify for an extra $600. So that will help you purchase your special medication or special food. It's a dietary grant. Special foods and things like that.
And what are the requirements? Your ID card, of course, your birth certificate, your letter from the hospital nutritionist.
Right.
All right, so it must be endorsed by a professional.
Right.
And a list of expenses.
So sometimes when you're at the hospital, for whatever reason, they do send a nutritionist there.
Yes.
Let me tell you, that's a service from the government that's absolutely free. There are some really good things, I have to say. When at Trinidadians, we knock everything, but we also have to identify when there are good things as well.
That's right.
And sometimes when you're at the hospital, for whatever reason, and you're admitted, and you need to see a proper dietitian. So let's just say your sugar levels reading 500, and they say we need to admit you. Do you know they send you to, or they send a dietitian to talk to you about it? And that is applaudable. So that dietitian now can give you a letter that will assist you when you take it to the social welfare department to say, this person is in need of a special diet, and they will endorse that you could get that extra grant. Right? Am I correct, sir?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Another thing I want to remind you all as we're going along today, it is the Christmas season, and we like our cake, and we like our punch of creme, and we like all these nice things. But please do it in moderation. I think it's okay, but don't overdo it. Have a little and enjoy it. And have a lot and you get sick during this festive time. And when you get sick, it's not just you, it's your whole family. Because it's up and down in the hospital, it's trying to do, it's, so try and be a little mindful of what you eat and drink. You know you're not supposed to have soft drink? Don't drink soft drink. Have a little sorrel, but don't put as much sugar and dilute it with a little water. Be smart.
Good. And this grant assists clients who suffer illnesses which require special diets.
Right.
For example, renal patients and clients with uncontrolled diabetes. It is only offered where the person has to purchase food and other such items that are outside of what they would normally buy and where they are unable to meet the cost of these items. And that the dietary grant is $600 per month.
Right.
And this could be in addition to whatever other grant you might be receiving, like old age pension, public assistance, or disability grant. And because you suffer from this condition that requires special diet, you can also qualify for this
extra
grant.
6. So if you're receiving old age pension and you need that assistance, you can apply. But remember, you have to get a letter. From a doctor, or so it's from the hospital, not a private hospital, or those clinics that we go to.
The health offices.
The health offices that you go to, all right? Good, great.
So that's the second grant that is available. Now, we have a grant that is referred to as domestic help. Okay? This grant facilitates the provision of part-time domestic help for 3 months in the first instance, but not more than 6 months if deemed necessary, to clients who are unable to perform normal household chores. For example, whilst recuperating from surgery and are unable to afford the cost of domestic assistance.
Okay.
So that is quite clear. This is a grant that is available to you if you have if after surgery you have no one to assist you with your domestic chores, you can have someone come in, all right, for at least 3 months, and they would be assisted with a grant of $1,800. And it's referred to as domestic help, which I'm sure a lot of citizens do not know of this grant. You understand? And I can assure you there are a lot of families out there, or a lot of elderly persons or sickly persons who have little relatives who they can really depend on for assistance. So the availability of a domestic helper would surely make life much easier for you.
Most certainly, especially if you live alone and you've had surgery or you're not well, you can apply and have somebody come in and at least assist you, cook a meal, take care of you, things like that. They help you take a bath, things like that. Or you need to change pampers, or you need to, right? So you could apply for that now.
Because a lot of times the person might be confined to the bed, and must be assisted, by someone else to bring this for them or bring that for them or do that for them and things like that. So it is, it can be valuable, this grant for domestic help. Okay? Then we have an education grant. The maximum of the education grant is only issued to clients in receipt of public assistance where there is a child attending secondary school. Okay? Any special needs associated with school attendance where government agencies are not already providing such assistance, this grant is available. All right? So whatever assistance, whatever they need, like to make the attendance, worthwhile at school, can be assisted through the education grant.
Excellent, again.
Okay.
Especially for single parents,
Yes, of course. Right. Other items funded under the General Assistance Grant is the funeral grant. Okay? And the maximum for the funeral grant is $7,000. All right? And what are the requirements? The applicant's ID card, whatever relative is pursuing it, the death certificate, the funeral home estimate. The applicant may also need to complete a form issued by the Social Welfare Office in respect of national insurance. They may either indicate that they are not entitled to receive that on behalf of the deceased. You understand? So you cannot have a grant they are available to some form of assistance and then claiming assistance from social welfare. You cannot do that.
Okay.
This grant is paid to the funeral agency to cover the cost of the funeral. It is intended to assist in the burial of deceased persons who have no one willing and or financially able to undertake the cost of the burial. It can be issued to needy families of the deceased in two ways, either through a burial order in instances before the funeral takes place and accompanied by the appropriate documents to support the claims. For example, the death certificate, the funeral home estimate. The total cost of the funeral must not exceed $7,000. Okay, and this applies mainly to needy families, or somebody might be living alone, a situation that necessitates the assistance from the social welfare division. And the maximum for that grant is $7,000. Okay, so that's another form of assistance.
That is a great assistance. There are people don't have a dollar to their name. There are people who live, and I say it and I'll continue to say it, paycheck to paycheck. And so when they pass and they go, they go to the great beyond, there's nobody to even bury them, or nobody to, their family members are also, when it comes to finances, are in a situation where they don't have a savings or they don't have that money. All right, so that is, of course, great benefit. With that, this is a program, Conversations with Zelisa, in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor. And let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
Are you reliable, self-motivated, a good communicator, and experienced in sales? Then Good Price Wholesalers is the right opportunity for you. We are looking for individuals to join our sales team in Central and South. Applicants must have their own vehicle, sales experience, good communication skills, and a strong work ethic. If you're ready to be part of a committed and professional team, we want to hear from you. Visit us at number 5 La Pastora Road, Santa Cruz, or call 338-9884 for serious enquiries.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. And, I'm in conversation with Mr. Chankar Ramtal, Social Welfare Advisor, and he's here today to share his wealth of knowledge and information that's very relevant and very important for those of us in need, especially those of us who are challenged and we need to get the extra assistance. Mr. Ramtahal will guide you accordingly. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Zahar. All right, so to continue to identify what is available through this grant, we have household items. And what are the requirements? Your ID card and an estimate for furniture. This grant can be accessed by needy persons and by those who are victims of man-made or natural disasters to purchase household items such as stove, refrigerators, and furniture items. It can be accessed only once in a 3-year period, so there is a limit as to how often you apply for this. Again, it can be accessed only once in a 3-year period. And the maximum for that grant is $7,500 per month. $7,500. Yeah. Okay. Now, a means test has to be done for the household items.
Okay.
Yeah, a means test to see what form of income is available to the household.
Right.
All right, and which is fair. You remember, all our grants are based on need. So it's important that we do an assessment to ascertain whether this household qualifies for this grant. Then you have the medical equipment grant. Under this grant, needy persons can qualify for wheelchairs, commodes, special beds, dentiers, etc. All right, so this is also available. What this coincides with the magnanimous grant we received from India in terms of wheelchairs and other forms of equipment to assist needy families.
Right.
You understand? So,
excellent.
So the medical equipment grant, that was a grant was received from India to assist all
I'll
those.
tell you, the fact is we do have a lot of NGOs or private citizens that do give, but they can't give everybody.
Yeah.
So for those that cannot get from the NGOs or in general, and you're struggling and you need to get a wheelchair, you need whatever you need in terms of making your life a little more comfortable and regaining your independence, these grants are available to assist you. All right?
And I can tell you that the grant we received from India, that assisted a lot of
oh yes, I saw it
our
firsthand.
citizens. Yes,
yeah.
you went to one of those presentations.
I was at the Diplomatic Center when it was launched, and I have to let you know it was an emotional experience, but a very good one as well. To see a baby, a child, a little child, the ability to walk and run in front of us. Seeing him beforehand, I actually saw where his young parents had to hold him, couldn't let him, but then also saw him being powered by running across. I mean, that was amazing.
Yes.
And then, of course, adults, not just from Trinidad, but Tobago as well.
And I think even citizens from the islands,
well,
they
it's
benefited.
now open
Yes.
for citizens, and I hope that our government will perhaps capitalize on looking at medical tourism, where when we could have other islanders, people from other islands could actually come here and get medical assistance across the board. So I think that is something they could explore as well, that will help bring in some sort of revenue.
And it would be to the benefit of citizens from those islands where there isn't that level of
exactly
expertise.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, another grant that is available through this program is the pharmaceutical grant. Okay,
let's talk about this now.
Where you can receive up to $2,500 to assist you. This grant is provided for the purchase of prescriptive medication only if drugs are not available under the CEDA program or at the public dispensaries.
$2,500 per month?
No, might be a one-time.
Okay,
grant.
but it's still $2,500. That's a lot of money.
Eligible persons are allowed a 3-month supply, which is given once per year. So it's given once per year.
Okay, but it would still help.
Yes, so I mean, it may sound petty, but when you come to some families where they have nothing, and illness steps in, and they don't know where the next form of medication is coming from, a grant like this would surely help.
Yes, most certainly, absolutely correct.
And we're coming now to a very important item, which is rental assistance. What are the requirements? The applicant's ID card, a letter from the landlord, a copy of the landlord's ID card, and proof of ownership of the property. And I mean, these are important items to verify that the person who is considered landlord is verified as the legitimate owner.
Excellent.
That is important, because some people may just say, okay, I am in charge of that house, and this is how much I have to get per month and things like that. And somebody might be quite not fully aware of the ramifications, and so therefore you need to verify the ownership and things like that. What are requirements? The applicant's ID card, a letter from the landlord, copy of landlord's ID card, and proof of ownership of the property. That is important. This grant is used to assist vulnerable clients who are temporarily unavailable to pay their rent or who need new accommodation and are unable to meet initial payments. So you might be ejected from a previous home,
Right.
and now applying to rent a new home.
So allow me to ask this question. Let us just say somebody is in a situation where there's domestic violence,
Yes.
or you fear for your life because perhaps your partner is involved in something illegal, and you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel safe, but you also don't have a place to go. I think it's a good opportunity for you to go in, explain that situation, and perhaps get some sort of assistance. For 3 months, you said?
Yes.
So 3 months will give you enough time to help yourself get a job, or help yourself understand where you're going to get revenue from in order to continue to pay your rent. But it's a great start.
And when people feel not comfortable, whether it's through crime, whether it's through husband, or neighbors, all these are issues that we must consider.
You're absolutely correct. Sometimes
because your safety is of priority concern.
Sometimes in neighbors, you don't know what they're dealing, what they're going on. All 3 o'clock in the morning, they're lying and drinking and smoking and saying, profanity and things like that. Your children, you can't rest. Many reasons. There are many reasons why you don't feel safe in an area. Somebody dealing with drugs. I mean, let's face it, you don't want your kids in that environment.
Exactly.
Or like I said, you're in a relationship that's toxic. And prevention is better than cure. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing where people are taking their lives and taking the lives of their loved ones and things like that. Prevention is better than cure. You see those signs get out. With that, I have to make mention of a brand new show that's starting, and it's called Smart Talk, and it's going to be hosted by the president of the Single Mothers Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and she's going to be coming in every Wednesday evening from 6 p.m. to address concerns that the single mothers are facing, and perhaps, help, advise, bring in the relevant people that will be helpful to give you good information. So that's starting in the new year right here on Real TV. We've got some amazing new shows that's starting, and so I thought talking about it, I should let you know that's coming, and it's coming right here to Real TV because we recognize the importance of empowering people. We recognize the importance of giving you good information that will help you to make better choices. When you make better choices, or let me correct myself, all of us make better choices because we all need to learn every day and grow. We don't know everything. When we make better choices, we're going to have a better tomorrow.
Excellent.
And that is important. Sometimes we just need to hear a word from somebody. We just need to know I'm not in this alone. Just need somebody to motivate you to know that, listen, this too shall pass and tomorrow is a new day. Things like that that will help you bring on the relevant people that can give you the right information to help us all be better people. Yeah? With that, let's go to these important messages. Stay with us.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Naka, introducing to you Bridging the Gap, where we touch on the news, discuss social issues and current affairs with a twist. Every Monday to Friday in real time, right here on Real TV.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32 Saddle Road, Maraval.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Speaking of reality, Mr. Chankar Ramtahal is here, Social Welfare Advisor, to give us important information that could guide us and to help us get grants that perhaps we were not aware that are available. Welcome back, Mr. Ramtahal.
Thank you very much, Zal. And I selected this topic this morning specifically, that, our citizens can,
I think it's most appropriate.
It is, So I was about to discuss the rental assistance. This grant is used to assist vulnerable clients who are temporarily unable to pay their rent or who need new accommodation and are unable to meet initial payments. Okay? Persons who benefit from this grant are usually on the verge of eviction, or there could be fire victims or victims of domestic violence, where you have to quickly try to get alternative
and you just want some peace of mind. And some people might say, well, go back in your mother and father house, but even if there's no room for you and your children, you have to find a place. But I think 3 months, to be quite honest, my opinion on that is really a good start. It's good help, because it will give you time when you have to relocate to be able to get a job or work out in your mind how we're going to juggle because you have a 3 months grace, but that doesn't mean you'll sit down there and wait until the 3 months and then start looking, help yourself. If you could get a job and start saving that money, it's certainly going to help, because taking care of, especially when you make that decision as a single person, taking care of your children is not easy alone, and it's expensive. So it's a wonderful 3 months is a good grace period for you to get yourself together, but get a job and help yourself.
Yes. Now this grant is given for 3 months in the first instance and is reviewable as follows. The first 3-month period up to $2,500 for 3 months, then reviewed. The second 3-month period up to $2,500 for 3 months, then reviewed. The third 3-month period up to $1,500 for 3 months, then reviewed. And for the fourth 3-month period up to $1,000 for 3 months. So over this period, it covers almost a year. Trying to get you back on your feet again. Okay? So that has to do with rental assistance. You have been displaced for one reason or the other, and your income is very limited, and therefore we could be assisted for 4 3-month period. until you know, by then you should
That's
find
excellent.
it. That's excellent.
That's excellent. And I keep talking about single mothers, but I also need to make mention that they're single fathers as well. You're in a very toxic relationship. You're very unhappy for many reasons. You need some peace of mind. For those men out there as well, we understand that there are men who face difficulties or in a very compromised situation in your relationship, and you feel that you need to move away or you need to step aside, then it's a good option for you as well.
Zal, you know, we do have the fathers, single fathers association.
Yes, Rondell Field, he's excellent.
Yes,
I interviewed him a couple of times. He's been with Pastor Dutton a couple of times.
Yes.
So we are very much aware of his great work he's been doing over the years. Certainly.
Right. Another item that is available under the General Assistance Grant is the availability of prosthetics. We would just
We
talking
spoke about that earlier on, yes.
Because within recent, just a few months ago, we had a donation from India, I think. All right?
Yes.
Of prosthetics. And, you know, the availability of a prosthetic can be very, very useful to a person.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Individual.
If you had to purchase, it's about between $40,000 and $50,000.
That's right.
There are people who had to have barbecues or curry or whatever to be able to
think of buying the prosthetic.
To think of having to purchase it. It's a lot of money.
Yes.
So there are people who don't even know where to begin to get that kind of money. So they've been very great. As a matter of fact, I interviewed a gentleman who was in that similar situation, and he received a leg, and he was just so very happy. You know, he could cook now, he could wash now, he could drive, he could just enjoy his family, do things together, you know.
It could bring you back to normal
Yeah,
mobility and things like that. That's right.
Especially when you are the person that's the provider. If you are the one that provides, you are the one that bringing in the dollars, and you no longer can do that. You would need to get some counseling as well. It's very difficult to know you cannot provide anymore. And some people, let me tell you something, Mr. Ramtal, there are people who take that role very serious. There are people who don't take it serious, they don't care. But then there are people who take that role very serious, you know. So it could be it could be difficult for them.
So what do we need for this grant? You would require an ID card, an estimate from a supplier, and a fire or police report. Okay. The grant is aimed at rehabilitation and social reintegration, and by extension improves the quality of life of persons who would have lost a limb. Okay. Before applying for this grant, the Ministry of Health must do an assessment to determine if the person needs a prosthesis and will be able to use it. Okay, so a little assessment has to be done. Then we have the grant of school supplies. This grant is intended to assist children who are attending primary and secondary schools and whose books and or uniforms were destroyed by natural or man-made disasters. And the maximum of supplies grant is $700 per month for primary school children, and a maximum of $1,000 for secondary school students.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is available too, and can surely assist in,
certainly,
in any form of disaster. Right. And then we have a special child grant, which was introduced in 2019.
Okay.
This grant targets children with a severe disorder. It provides assistance to parents who are unable to meet the financial costs of caring for a child with special needs. The grant can be assessed for children under the age of 18 years, because over the 18 years they are considered an adult. right? So it's referred to as special child grant, which is $800 per month.
Good. And that's going to go a long way.
Yes, of course. A child on whose behalf public assistance is paid will not be eligible for this grant. You know, that kind of...
A child who's what?
A child on whose behalf public assistance grant is paid will not be entitled to it, which sounds a little harsh.
Can you explain that?
A child, if the family is receiving public assistance on behalf of that child, it is saying here that child would not be eligible for the special child grant. I can't understand that.
Well, that's not making sense.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, a child
It's
on
not to be
whose...
corrected, but...
With this grant.
Okay.
So they say, with effect from 2019, disability assistance for children is $1,500 per month. Okay, I now understand.
So we'll get some explanation.
Yes. A child who is getting public assistance would be and suffers from that condition would be given a separate grant of $1,500 per month, because the child is referred to as special child, and therefore the child will no longer be entitled to public assistance together with the other children.
Okay, I understand now.
So that child is plucked out of the public assistance grant and put on the
Special needs.
Yes, the special
disability,
needs.
right.
Yes, special.
So that child will now be classed as a child that will get the grant for special needs.
Yes, right.
Not the other
$1,500
general
per
grant.
month. That's
Okay,
right.
understood.
So
that makes sense
yes,
now.
That makes sense. Yeah. So we have gone through all these special grants that are available based on your condition. All right. Yes, you have the school supplies grant where it was, if there was fire affecting the home and books were destroyed and things like that. The pharmaceutical grant, the rental assistance grant as well. You know, so
I think you covered a lot today, and we're very grateful.
That's right.
And we've got to wrap things up. So,
Good.
Mr. Ramtahala, again, I want to thank you, our heartfelt thanks and gratitude for you coming here and being able to guide people and help people. Your contact number for those that need assistance and guidance, and those that need that advice. Sometimes you need to fill out a form and you don't know how to. You fill it out wrong and you get a no.
Yes.
So get the proper guidance. Your telephone contact, please.
753-5264. Just to repeat it, my phone number is 753-5264. It was my pleasure to be here this morning to share whatever information was divulged.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I want to wish everyone a safe day and a productive week ahead. Safe and productive week ahead. Yes, next week is the big week.
Yes. All the best to you, sir. Happy holidays. Be safe. And we look forward to seeing you soon. All the best. This is where we're going to wrap things up for today. Thank you so much for choosing us. Remember to spend your money wisely. Remember to get what is necessary, what is needed rather than a want. And you're entitled to your wants, but get what is important first, right? And be safe. Please be safe out there. You're working hard for your money. You have your little money to spend, and you don't want to be in a situation where people steal your money, pickpocketing. So be a little on the alert, all right? Be safe, be happy, be good law-abiding citizens, do what is right at all times. And here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible, all right? Be safe, be kind, be giving, keep smiling, be positive, and know the best is yet to come. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thanks for choosing us. Great programming continues right here on Real TV. So stick and stay, tell your friends and family. Be good. See you tomorrow.